Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This is going to be Mherex Redo, episode 15. Um, so I did do some stuff over the weekend. I claimed my Jesse the Body, did his tours, got all that stuff done over the weekend and didn't record it. That's fine. It's not really anything you guys will be doing when you watch these. I did... Victorious family is who I used to be in a faction with a long time ago for like probably almost 3 years. And I am going to be going to their lowest faction, which is just outside the top 100 at the start of the next MLC. So this is a Monday. Well, technically it's Monday before reset, but I'm just going to clean up some stuff, do a few things, and see if we can't get League 8. And then we'll almost be starting fresh with the next episode, new MLC. So there'll be a lot of stuff to talk about. We'll be in a faction, so we'll go over a bunch of that stuff. And yeah, this is just kind of cleaning up the last stuff of the month, doing some key pulls, and then just we'll do some tours to see if we can get to League 8. Because so I did do some showdown matches over the weekend and one limited time matches. So completed those up, right? But yeah, that's where we're at. So let's just go ahead and do our freely day claim, and then we'll grab our free stuff from the mailbox. Oh my gosh, we got 7 loopholes. So you can get loopholes out of the bag. We just got 7 Viva La Mania loopholes out of the free daily claim bag. So we're going to be doing some actual paid pulls that we got for free. Because of that. Holy crap. Glad I'm got that out of the bag and can record it. So if the game ever loads. So wow. All right, let's go. Very cool. Very, very cool. So let's see what happens. Big money, no whammy. Pretty much everything in it should be new. Looks like we're having some loading issues, so that's gonna be right here. Viva La Mania week 4 loot. 7 pulls. Any of the featured would be amazing. Mega rare would be great. Super rare Dom would be amazing. Yeah, like we're just gonna hit the button and see what happens. This we're getting stuff no matter what. There's 5-star silvers in here. Yeah, we're getting let's just hit the button. I don't want to wait. Let's go. Big money, no whammy. Let's go. Here we go. This is exciting. Gold? 5-star gold. Charlotte, okay. We have her, that's a fuse, but 5-star gold. Here's 5-star silver. Finish the story, Cody Rhodes. Let's go. Let's go. We got Cody Rhodes on the free-to-play. Shards? No, we don't want shards. We want characters. Here we go. Another 5-star goal. Ooh, DX. That's actually huge. He's got a 1 MP moveset. So for a new account, yeah, let's go. DX Army Sean. Mosh, okay, he's an excellent trainer. He's a freebie we would end up getting, but I'll take it. He's an excellent trainer. Seth freaking Rollins, okay. Or actually, it's Embrace the Vision, not Seth freaking Rollins. And lastly, it's Dom Shards. Yeah, okay. So we scored the free pull. We got Finish the Story Cody and DX Sean. Charlotte Fuse. Yeah, that'll work for us. That's good stuff. Heck yeah, let's go. And just claim the portal claims from the weekend, some of them. So also on the portal this weekend was the Rocky Maivia birthday that we claimed. So I got that at 6-star. He's 6-star bronze. And one of the higher victorious faction had a spot open, and they let me go in there for boss battle. So I snagged a bunch of resources, in particular coin, since they had an open spot. So Um, that was really cool of them. So we got some extra coin to play with. And yeah, those loopholes should have got a contest maybe done first. Yeah, this weekly Golden Mania. We end up getting one milestone out of that. No idea what's in the first one. Ooh, 1,000 armory coins. I don't think that's enough to do anything. Let's find out. I think you need 2,000. Yeah, you do. So not enough for that. That's okay. But we have 12 briefcase pulls to do. So let's do that. See what we get. We'll do 10 and then 2 singles. Maybe we can add some new stuff as well. We're just adding all kinds of stuff this morning. 4-star, that's new. Ah, Jimmy Uso, the Bloodline. Okay, okay. Okay. We still need Butch and the other one that I can't think of right now. That's a fuse for Woods. Butch and Lawler is who we still need. Oh, yeah! Terry Funk. He's a really good striker. Attitude Era. Heck yeah. Very nice. Razar fuse. Okay. We need Lawler or Butch out of those. Woo! Kyrie. That'll recruit Kyrie for us. Razar again. Montez again. And what do we get here? Woods again. Okay. So that was fun. Kyrie and Funk and Jimmy were new, and then we got a couple fuses. So good stuff. Good stuff out of the key pulls. Okay. So League 7 tasks. We got Road, Complete Superstar, Tour Seattle, and Albuquerque. So let's go Superstar. Normal, which isn't unlocked yet. So yeah, we got some stuff to do. Let's go. Actually, let's go into Showdown first. Let's check our Showdown store. Why not? 50% off TP. We'll go ahead and grab that. We have Seth. We have Big John Studd. Okay. We're probably getting to the point where we will start going for these shards soonish, since we have 6,000 Showdown currency. So we're probably getting close to that. And I think, is it the SummerSlam that we have to? Yeah, we have to do all of this to get to the other one. So I don't know. It's going to take a while, so we might as well get started. On the plus side, we have Jesse the Body Ventura at 2-star, and we'll get into this more next month. But for the month, the characters have 99 MP, which means all of their moves start loaded. So all of Jesse's moves start loaded. So we're actually not going to use Austin. We are going to use Jesse the Body Ventura, and he was the freebie that we recruited. Of course, by the time you see this, this is probably expired and won't be useful, but you can see all of his moves start charged. And we can just hit for 127,000 finisher with one click and pin them. So we can actually use this to our advantage. We're going to do this a bunch next month. And should be able to clear a bunch of tours with whoever the free one is next month, which we'll find out later tonight who that's going to be. And tomorrow we'll start the new day of the MLC. So I plan on, I think somebody mentioned this is more like a plays series, like where someone plays a game and then posts the videos of the plays. I think this is going to end up being more like that. Some of the stuff, maybe I won't always record, but I think I'll do the bulk of it. And then just try and do an episode a day during the week, and on the weekend it's harder to record, so. You know? So we'll just probably go like that. You can see there's the Rocky Maivia. Also, in the Faction Shop store, was a promoter, Austin, I recruited. We'll talk more about that in the next video and what we should be focusing on. We're going to get to where we start focusing on promoters, I think, now, to be honest. So we scored that. That was new. What else is new? You guys saw the polls for those guys, which is really cool. And yeah, I think that's where we're at. We're up to 84K talent. We got a bunch of MP trainers that will be useful and all of that jazz. So but yeah, you can see how useful 99 MP is when you can just hit stuff, you know, and win. So that's going to be very useful for us, to be honest. We should be able to use that to good effect to get through this very efficiently, you know? We should. Bada bim, bada boom. But yeah, typically the last day in MLC is clean up anything you might have missed and that sort of thing. If you have any victory tours, which we won't unless we get lucky, but you know, hey, those loopholes in the free daily bag claim, maybe that'll happen next month too. So we never know. We could always luck into a victory tour. Stranger things have happened. But yeah, this will make it, the 99 MP is going to make things significantly easier for clearing content and whatnot. Depending on how they're built and set up by Scopely, you know? Oh. Oh, JBL horns. Hey, we need those. We need those for our Austin. I don't know if that's enough to level him or not. Okay, circuit complete. Yep, let's check. There's the Kyrie from the shards. We'll just go ahead and recruit her. She's actually a bleed coach, so that's useful. Very, very useful. Look at that. Those two are what we needed. Let's do it right now. We're not waiting. We should wait, but Austin has been very useful. He's somebody we're going to continue to use. We're taking him up. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. We should wait because the new MLC is coming. We really should, but we'll wait on the next Evolve because the new MLC is coming. We will. We will, we will. We need this for some dailies anyway, though, right? Right. Also, the weekend contest, I was able to clear some of it as well. Picked up a bunch of TP in that, so that was really useful too. Jesse was able to hit way, way above his weight and got stuff done. Why'd I hit the back button? I don't know. I should have just hit next. Because I'm trying to make this as slow as possible, apparently. Alright. I probably won't do a long episode today. Maybe we won't get all the way to League 8. I don't know. Because, like, this is just kind of documenting the League 8 process and stuff, but I'm really looking forward to when we can, we have the, words are hard today, we have the faction stuff to go into and all the different, we'll start looking at the Showdown store really closely, now that I feel like we're into key pulls and we've got some of the essential stuff in there. We're going to start working on our promoters. At some point, I have to start doing stip tours. They're not very fun or exciting, so we'll just stick to normal mode, likely when our account is low. But we need to start doing it because I believe that's what we get that's where we get the feud promoters. And that's something every account should have, so I'm gonna have to cover it because it's gonna be super useful to you guys. So we have to do that. And then the faction shop, there's going to be a lot of different routes you can go with useful stuff. So that's also something we're going to have to deep dive. So as well as so what Victorious Family does is they track all of your scoring and you move to different tiers of their faction based on your scoring for the month. So we'll be able to see my scoring in a faction with this new account that, you know, will probably have me playing a little bit more than I would otherwise because, you know, we'll be documenting kind of the scoring we're doing and that kind of stuff too. So we'll see. It sounds like I'm probably going to be playing this quite a bunch. So maybe more people will start watching the videos and find them useful too. So we'll see how it goes though. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting month. Again, you can just see how useful this 99 MP is for clearing content. It's way faster now, right? That's why I was saying, like, we really need to get to League 7. We get the key pulls, we get all this stuff going on. Also, why I was suggesting to save your money, because there's going to be backstage pass you can buy, which gives you a 6-star bronze of the character. Some of them are really good fighters, really good trainers. It's like $10 for the week. It ends up coming with like 7 loot pulls over the week, a bunch of extra stuff that helps you in the MLC, and a bunch of stuff like that, right? Like, that's a pretty good spend on a new account in general. So, and we'll cover that stuff, like maybe as part of this playthrough. I'll go through offers and give my thoughts on them for new player, advanced player, and it can maybe also sort of be like the daily news used to be. But while playing through this account and moving it along, you know? Yeah, this is gonna go pretty dang fast, to be honest. With Jesse being able to one click this and move on, it saves us a ton of time. And you can see also why it's good to, at the start of the game, I guess it is thinking it's good that they have us playing so much before we get access to this kind of stuff, because you're not learning anything about mechanics when you're just clicking one button, right? So Stip Tour will be really good for teaching us about mechanics and special gems and all of that kind of stuff. Like ways to manipulate the board, to score higher, things like that. So that'll be the good part about Stip Tour. And you can see too, this is sort of what I meant by the game just is played at a very fast pace now. This is kind of what I'm talking about. Like my main account, pretty much everything is like this, but I'm paid, so I have 2 times speed up, so it's even faster than you're seeing here. So yeah, now you're to the spot of the game where stuff starts to really change, and the way you look at the game will start to change depending on who you get on your roster, the resources you have, things like that, right? There we go. Boop, boop, boop. So yeah, it's just it is what it is. I'll have to find stuff to talk about. Like a lot of it, I mean the league stuff, if it's going to end up being like this, isn't necessarily useful at this point when we have 99 MP, because you can just use 99 MP to clear it. The earlier stuff felt like it was pretty useful, to be honest, and now maybe this is not quite as much. So it'll probably be more about our daily progression through contests and things like that, become that. And this will be more of a background thing. Maybe. We'll see, though, how the league tasks progress. I think eventually it's not as much focused on tours, and it's more focused on, win feud battles, win showdown battles, and that kind of stuff, unless it's changed, right? And league progression opens up higher level contests for you, better rewards, harder to complete contests though, but better rewards and things like that. So we definitely want to focus on our league tasks, and getting those done. But yeah. Because we're actually only 23 minutes in, and before, I mean, I don't know how many tours we've cleared. Before, this would have taken much, much longer. That's like the third or fourth tour, and we've started off with some pulls and stuff like that, so yeah, we're flying comparatively. Yeah, it'll be fun to see where we can get the free throughout the month, if we can get it to 4-star, if we can get I don't know that we'll be able to get it to 5-star. But maybe we can get it to 4-star, and that would be probably pretty useful for stuff, but we'll have to see how it goes. I know people will be very interested to see how faction feud goes. That's another reason you need a faction is feud, so we can get people to join. So in lower factions it's much harder because there's less people playing and feuding. And ideally you feud with someone close to your talent. So we beggars can't be choosers though. So if we don't have a ton of people feuding, we'll have to queue with who we queue with. Um, we'll see. We will see. I think the dailies that get claimed too from the bag are based on your league as well. Because I'm picking up normal tokens when I claim the daily bag, like normal mode tokens, but not hard mode tokens yet. So I think it's claiming normal at League 7. So I'm assuming, but I don't know. When auto claim, I think when you league up, it also affects what it's claiming. So There's also an autoplay button, which would be very useful for tours like this and stuff. And also, while I'm talking and trying to explain things, I can let the AI autoplay matches and tours if they're capable of winning. And it's a lot easier to focus on the running commentary, right? So there's been some quality of life stuff since I played too, like the next tour saves a bunch of loading time. We can just hit next and go. At the start, you had to, it went back out every time and it was extra loading and screen switches and stuff. You didn't just go right into the next match like we do now. Like you see here, it was much, this is much more smooth. It would go to the screen, you have to go back in every time. It was actually quite annoying. This works very smooth. I think they did that like 6 months to a year ago is when they changed that. It's definitely a nice quality of life. For sure. For sure, for sure. Yeah, we're just smoking this stuff, flying right through. One thing Scopely does pretty well is the free and the AA tier character are usually pretty decent for what they need to do. For accounts like this, clearing stuff in the 99 MP is super useful to us. The A tier, I don't know how long till we'll start potentially getting the A tier. We definitely won't at the start, but a lot of the A tiers have been some of my favorites lately of the month. Like they can a lot of times with really nice stuff compete with the S plus tier, and tiers mean nothing. I've said that before. I'll say it again. It's just a reference point, really. It's more for Scopely's use than ours. I like who I like. People that are good. And that sort of thing. So another one down. Yeah, Washington D.C. Let's go. I think we're definitely going to be able to get League 8 in this. For sure. Unless like my power goes out or something. How exciting is that? We got loopholes out of the bag. That's really exciting. My main account didn't hit any this month, for example. So 30 days of the free claim and my main account didn't get any this month. It did last month, but not this month. So the fact that we got it on the free to play is freaking dope, you know? Very, very dope. We'll have to see where we get Austin's gears from too, as we get him leveled up, because we'll be using his sub bleed build, likely for a good long while. Good long while. I would imagine pretty soon we're gonna start seeing 3-star opponents on the road here too. Do I do? Those don't say 3-star, I don't think, do they? I couldn't tell. Couldn't really tell. But oh, actually hungry. Should have had some breakfast before I started recording this. I usually record these early in the morning for me. Usually. Not as much going on. Easier. Randomly, all that, not that anyone asks or cares, but Monday is typically my grocery day. I get the groceries for us once a week. Go to the grocery store, get that done, and that's on my Monday to-do list later today. So, you know, and then tomorrow might be actually really hard to record an episode first day of MLC because that probably won't happen on the first day because my role as a CC first day of the MLC is preview, like tons and tons of previews. So the first entire week of an MLC can be quite busy and chaotic, and it's really hard to get stuff done even on my main account. So it's going to be really tough to juggle how I do all of that, for sure. There's only so much time, especially when it comes to recording, because I do most of my recording when no one's in the house, early on in the day, late at night if I stay up late, although usually I've been going to bed earlier, so lately. And we need to do, I think we're on the tour Superstar, Seattle and Albuquerque. Yeah. And we are on the Superstar tour now. Seattle and Albuquerque, so it's all of them, all 5. Not that it's going to take long. 2-star. They're 2-star gold right now. It's like probably 15 matches or so. 18. I think there's 6 in each one or 7. So something like 18 or 21 matches. Won't take long. I think we've already cleared like 3 or 4 sets. So 5's not a big deal. How about those pants on the body there? That nice floral print. Looking extra beautiful. Funny stuff. Funny stuff. Moving right along. You're not so bad when we can one-click you, Seth, by the way. I'm not bitter. Not bitter at all. Completely bitter. But, you know, that's beside the point. Definitely beside the point. Here we go. Oh. Ba-da-bum-bum. Sorry, I'm slightly distracted right there. That's my bad. Let's go. But yeah, I'm very curious who we're gonna have for the free this month. If it's male or female. The fact that we got Charlotte at gold, and we have the yellow MP trainer. should make Charlotte like very useful for us to clear ladies content, even if we don't, the free one isn't a lady. So it'd probably be more useful to have a male early on. Probably. Probably. So kind of hoping for that. We'll see what class we get. That's always interesting too. So you never know what you're gonna get for sure. Sort of like a box of chocolates, I think someone said once. Yes, I am. I am that lame. I went with the Forrest Gump reference. Another one down, guys. Look at us go. Boom. Alright. I'm definitely hungry. This is definitely much easier than it would be this way without the 99 MP. The fact that we can just hit one button it saves us so much time. So much time. Ridiculous amount of time saving. And some of these people would potentially be kind of rough. The reworked ones that we would have ran into, so yeah. Yep, yep, yep. All right. We got Big Show and Strowman. I'm definitely excited for where this month is going for this account. It's gonna be awesome, actually. Quite awesome. Yeah, I do think thinking more about it, I think trying to do like a daily like walkthrough of maybe not everything I do in the game or try to do, but a lot of it would be the way to go. You can get Stip Tour in, I can cover offers, stuff like that, potentially, but I'd have to release it the same day if I'm gonna do the offer thing, to be useful, so there is that. There is definitely that, so. I'll have to kind of figure it out as I go, you know? Like I said, it'll evolve. A lot so much depends on time too, to be honest. So much depends on time. Like everything depends on time. I can want to do all kinds of stuff, but time is typically one of my biggest enemies. Never enough time. Never enough time. Oh. Oh. I'm also super interested to see who. So they have been. I'm assuming it'll continue this month. I don't know. They've been reworking an older superstar, putting him in a contest to obtain throughout the month, and making them generally pretty decent. So I'm very curious to see one, the monthly theme, and two, um, just exactly what all, like how good they are, how far we can get getting them. You know what I mean? Like a bunch of that stuff. So this is one of our league tasks. And then it's Albuquerque, so we are almost there. Almost there. Yep, yep, yep. Mm. Crack Snapple. Man, how many times are the Shield in these early matches? Is there anyone else in these early tours? Holy crap. Shield match number 9055. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Never been a Flair fan. Like, at all. Really. Don't, in fact, not even kind of. Um, I know people say, like, he's super impactful on the business and all that. Like, I'm sure he was. I guess even though I'm 45, wasn't impactful on anything to do with wrestling for me. Like, yeah, he was in Evolution and stuff like that, but he was like not a good part of it for me. Like, I didn't care, if that makes sense. But I don't know. Sure, like I said, I'm sure he's great, just not for me. I'm not a Flair, any Flair fan, Charlotte or Rick. Don't like them. Don't like them at all. But I have really weird wrestling taste, to be honest. I wasn't a Hogan guy. I liked Ultimate Warrior when I was a kid. I have no idea what he's doing. I don't think anyone did, but it was exciting, so I was excited. Um, like I said though, HBK was my favorite as a kid. I was an HBK guy. I'm starting with Rocker Shawn Michaels. Sunday morning wrestling with Grandpa. He always had wrestling on when I was a little kid. When we go over there on Sundays, yep. And it wasn't really with Grandpa. Didn't really do. Was never really that involved. Just happened to be on, so sat there and watched it. He was always just doing his thing, whatever that might be. That just happened to be one of the things he did that I like doing. So, oh, just metal bits. I don't know if is that the first time we've got metal bits or the first time I've noticed. I don't know. San Francisco. Miz, on the other hand, I think is great. I think Miz fantastic heel and can run just about anything. You know, and he can do anything he's given. I really like Miz. Great tag partner, great solo, great heel. Big fan of the Miz. Who would have thunk it? Dude's had a heck of a career. It's crazy how loaded the main roster is now. Not sure. There's just a bunch of releases yesterday. Was it or the day before? like Braun Strowman, Dakota Kai, who else is on there? Gigi Dolan, Shayna Baszler, Caden Carter, Katana Chance, Cora Jade. Um, Riley Osborne, Eddie Thorpe, Gallus. So all both the Coffee Brothers and Wolfgang, Javier Bernal, Ora Mensa, and Jakara Jackson. A bunch of them from NXT. I think the big one that surprised a lot of people are Strowman and maybe Dakota Kai. I feel like that one's kind of surprising to me. I loved Carter and Chance, so that one sucks. I don't know that's necessarily surprising, but that one sucks. Shayna Baszler, I feel like just hasn't been used well since NXT, so or right or fit or whatever you want to call it, you know. I think she kind of lost that aura or whatever. Um, of being like unbeatable when she went to the main roster. Never really seemed to get untracked. And I thought Cora Jade would be around for a while, to be honest. So that one is kind of surprising. Definitely. There was rumors, and it looked like it was just clickbait that Shinsuke Nakamura also was getting released. But it doesn't look like at this time that's accurate because he's still on all of the alumni postings and stuff. Or not moved to the alumni. He's still on all of the active things, so I don't think that one was accurate. It looks like that was just some clickbait and poor journalism. Yeah, I think those are the big ones recently. But they have so much freaking talent, you know. Like there's so many people and only so many spots. Like even which is what made me think of it was kind of like the Miz because he's been mostly mid card for a long time now, right? He's somebody that's had the IC title multiple times, main evented Mania, won the main title. You know, it's just kind of surprising sometimes. You think like not really in the main event picture, and somebody on his level that's for sure Hall of Famer should be too, right? Like just has done so much. But the roster's so stacked right now. Even you take guys like super over popular people like LA Knight's mid card, right? Like he doesn't I feel he's not moved his way up. But then you got guys like Jacob's certainly gonna be main event picture, Braun Breaker main event picture. I mean, there's so many younger guys that are just really freaking good, you know? Um, it's kind of wild. And then you think somebody like Sammy's never had one. Jey Uso is so incredibly over. And honestly, so Uso, I don't like some people say he's like horrible in the ring. I don't think he's horrible in the ring. I think he's okay, but I think he's really fun like on the mic with the fans and connects. So like I want to see him do well. So I like somebody like that in the main event. For example, like they're polar opposites to me. Jey Uso and AJ Styles, right? I'm not an AJ Styles fan. I feel like he's a charisma vacuum. So even though he's amazing in the ring, I just don't care. If that makes sense. Where Jey Uso, I care about everything he does. So um, and that to me, I think, is a great comparison for what I like in wrestling in general. Um, but then there are people like Gunther, who I think is kind of like both. He does, he plays like he does what he does very well, and he has this style that's more like old school. Um, while still being able to do modern stuff. And then like just his attitude with how his character persona is very like believable, buyable. Like I really like him as a champion that doesn't get beat very often, to be honest. I think he does it very well. Like very well. Um and he just always has really solid matches. He's super physical. If you like that kind of thing. If you don't like physical matches, I can see why you wouldn't like Gunther. But I think he's a really good heel champ that wins a lot. And I think that's a really good role for him where he's a title holder for like long periods of time, because like people like if you're a really over person, like a face in particular, you just can't hold the title for a long time. People flip on you, turn on you really quick. So I think you need people like Gunther that are really strong heels with the title and very believable in that role. And then it also means something when they drop it, right? Like typically when they drop it, it's like, oh, that's a big deal. That guy won a big match. It helps put the baby face over, the person overcoming over, sort of thing. So I think that's really good. I'm not sure yet where Braun Breaker, how he's going to end up being. I know he's explosive on a epic level, and I feel like Jacob is sort of in that Gunther kind of mode, where like Jacob, this in the sense that he could be somebody that just holds a title, and I'm not sure that he's necessarily a heel or a bad guy. He's just like he's Jacob, right? Like he's this very intense, um, dominating presence, and the stuff he can do at his size is crazy. So like he's another person I think you'd be fine with like holding the title for long periods of time, in that same kind of vein as a Gunther, where he's very believable holding the title. He's very strong, right? Like, um, I'm not finding the right words to describe him, but another person I think that could be very similar in that Gunther vein, right? Whereas you take Braun Breaker is so, I don't know, he feels different, sort of. But again, I think they're still trying to figure out, do they want Braun to be like heel, anti-hero, face, somewhere in between, and what do they want him to do? I feel like his like explosiveness in the ring is like it's special, right? Like he doesn't, other people don't move like Braun moves. He is just that explosive and fast that it's very hard not to pay attention to him no matter who he's wrestling, because you're just like, holy crap, this dude's explosive. He's like if Goldberg had been better, right? Like Braun Breaker's got that kind of Goldberg intensity, but like he's also more of a wrestler. I feel like he's more of a, I mean, being in the Steiner family, of course. Um, he's kind of like if Goldberg had been a wrestler and was even more explosive. Like so actually, I mean, this is gonna sound funny. Goldberg kind of feels like Timu Braun Breaker. To me, like, and I really like Goldberg during the streak and stuff. To be fair, that I was different age then and wrestling was different. I don't feel like I would enjoy a streak kind of thing nowadays, right? I just don't think I would. Maybe I would, but I feel like I do kind of feel like Goldberg is Timu Braun Breaker. So like Braun Breaker is like a buffed Goldberg, right? So I don't know. I mean, like he'd easily be believable as the dominant champion too, but I don't know if he's like necessarily needs to be a heel. Like he could also go face too. But like those are three guys in. I mean, Walter's probably older. I don't know how old Walter is. I feel like he's been around forever because he was on the Indies. Let me look that up. How old is Gunther? Gunther's 37, so he's not that old. I mean, that's older, but he's got a lot of time, a lot of gas still in the tank, right? So Gunther, how old is Jacob? The 2 is 33, so he's still pretty young. And then I'm assuming Braun is the youngest. 27. Yeah, Braun Breaker's only 27. And then you take currently a young person who I think is the best heel in wrestling right now, at least for the wrestling I watched. How old's Dominic Mysterio? Dominic Mysterio's 28, so Braun Breaker's actually a year younger. But man, Dom is so good, in my opinion. Um, so good. So like that is four like younger guys that I think could all be title holders and contenders. And you just think about like trying to break on, and that's just some, right? You try to break on the main roster, and this is obviously not talking about your veterans, your Romans, your Seths, your Ortons, Cena, right now. You know what I mean? Like Sammy, KO, like guys that should Jey Uso, should Ken will hold titles, right? Like it's crazy to try and get above like I mean honestly even if you're above a jobber in the WWE right now you're a pretty dang good wrestler with all the talent they have. Um so yeah, kind of crazy. But definitely look forward to Obafemi when he gets to the main roster. There's another crazy, I think a lot of potential there. Um I don't think they need to rush him, but that dude is absolutely crazy. He's 27 years old too. So, yeah. And Carmelo Hayes has a lot of talent. He hasn't done a ton yet on the main roster either, but he's got a lot of talent too and not very old. But he's not as good as the other ones, I don't think, that I mentioned. He's 30, so there's a bunch of just a ton of really good talent. And that's not even talking about the ladies, because the ladies are stacked insanely deep, right? Like that's why I don't care. I couldn't care less about Becky coming back. I know a ton of people are a fan, and I've never been a Charlotte fan. Don't like her. The ladies division, and then NXT is even deeper. Is just crazy. Absolutely wild. Oh, I think we're on the last match. I just started talking about wrestling, and this kind of flew by. It did. It did. Because I think this is the last one, and we unlock League 8. Because I think we're on Albuquerque. Was that it? Yeah, it was. Heck yeah. Let's do this. Boom. And boom. Bam Bam Bigelow joins the squad. All right. We got League 8. Buy this offer to finish League 8 faster. I don't think so, but let's see. Oh yeah. No, absolutely. This is the biggest waste of money you could ever. Don't. Absolutely don't. That is insultingly bad. Like legitimately insultingly bad. Might as well claim our league points right here. All right. Looks like we'll have to claim a few days worth of league points for this one. So that's not horrible. Though we're almost halfway, so 2 days maybe. And 10 showdown victories, not hard. 20 limited time tour matches, the Road NXT Charleston hard mode, and Indiana. So we're gonna, I'll have to 3-star all of the nodes. I'll do that off stream for sure. Off stream, off video. We'll have to 3-star all those nodes. None of this looks hard actually. Let's see if we can grab any of those showdown matches real quick. Four-star? I mean, you know what we can do. We can just keep using body here, right? I think. Should be able to. Is there a talent difference for me? Yeah. All right, let's... no. There. $284K. This move does 80. This move does 80. And our finisher does 120. So we don't even need to choose any gems. Okay. So that can still work for us. Yeah. We can get our 3 showdown matches today. I only need 7 more. We'll do that real quick. Four-star bronze. Let's go. This time we only need to use 2. And another 4-star bronze. All right. So we need like 4 days to complete the showdown requirement to get to League 9. And if we win 3 a day, we need to win 10, unless there's a showdown event somewhere in there. But as you can, so hopefully that won't be too hard. Alrighty, boom. So those were not bad. And then let's look and see the League 8 loot. League 8 loot. Silver loot. See if there's anything interesting in there. Because we have that currency we've been saving. Waiting to see when there's a good time to spend that. We got 2 more key pulls to do. I forgot about that too. We'll do those too. League 8 finally goes up to 3-star. Rikishi potentially is okay, but yeah, nothing. If there was an MP trainer in there that I didn't have, I would go for it, but not needed right now, so we won't do that. Let's do those 2 singular key pulls that I still have, because I forgot. So we have 2 chances to get someone else new. Heck yeah, that's Butch. That's red MP. Now we just need Lawler. Lawler's blue. Steel. Okay. So we only need 1 more of the original 4 MP trainers. And let's just go ahead and recruit these guys up. And then let's take Butch to 5K. Because we definitely want 5K red MP trainer. That's our first promoter. Like I said, we'll start deep diving into promoters. This was from the faction store. I'm going to go into that a lot more next episode, or the one after that one. So we have a lot to discuss with that stuff. There we go. 4 red MP, boom. Beautiful. We got black. We got purple. Sorry, we got red, we got purple, yellow, green, and black. We are just missing blue. All we need is blue. And then we are golden. Heck yeah. HBK is going to come in clutch for us too. Absolutely at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star gold. So yeah, it was a good day, guys. It was a good day. I hope you enjoyed this episode 15. And yeah, we'll keep watching these. It's gonna keep getting better and better. And remember to like, subscribe, and share because that really helps me out. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Good luck out there. Man, I can't believe we hit that those free 7 pulls from that bag. That is friggin' awesome. And we got League 8. Yeet.